Welcome. No, we're not in the Black Hills of South Dakota. We are not in the Rockies in Colorado. We are in Mulvane, Kansas, at the Sundown Train's layout. This is a 50 by 25 foot freestanding layout built on tables and located in an old merchant building on Main Street in a small Kansas town. We start our tour with the Santa Fe Super Chief pulling out of the yards heading through the city on its scheduled stop at the Santa Fe passenger station, then on to the West Coast. The Super Chief was Santa Fe's premier passenger train, with its striking painted scheme on its fleet of F7s. The F7's A and B units generated 1,500 horsepower and were usually set up as ABBA consists. The Super Chief was the top-rated luxury passenger train in the 50s. With its exclusive direct route from Chicago to Los Angeles, Santa Fe capitalized on the natural beauty of the Southwest route and promoted the Native American culture in their advertising and painted their locomotives with the war bonnet paint scheme. The Super Chief did not have coach seating. You could select a single roomette all the way up to twin bed compartments with sink and toilet. The trip from Chicago to Los Angeles took about 47 hours, and it was said to always be on time. Many Hollywood celebrities rode the Super Chief. Next, we catch a BN coal train proceeding through the city, heading for the yards and a crew change. This route sees a steady flow of loads and empties moving through town. Coal trains are a major source of revenue for BN. In this scene, the coal train is entering the yards. In the background, a special John Deere promotional train is entering a tunnel and about to arrive in the community. The coal train is about to come to a stop in the yards. A BNSF stack train has changed crews and is leaving the yard. It will be proceeding through the city and into the mountains on its way to the West Coast. Container trains are on tight schedules and will pay financial penalties if they arrive late at the docks. DPUs are pretty standard on westbound stacks. They need the extra power to reach and maintain high average speeds over climbing grades and windy days. As we mentioned earlier, Sundown is located in an old Main Street storefront. In the old days, these buildings were built narrow and deep. This allowed for a long and wide rail yard to be a centerpiece of the layout. I say it's like an exposed staging yard. It has a great roster of manifest trains and unit trains of all types and all eras. All the trains in the yard are complete with head-end power, and some even have DPUs on the end. Dan also has a collection of beautiful passenger trains. All of the trains in this yard can be dialed up and sent out onto the double-track main that goes around the entire layout. An operator can walk alongside his train around the whole route. Dan does something else you don't see on many layouts. Most modelers create a layout with a certain time period. They select locomotives, rolling stock, and structures that fit the era. At Sundown, you can catch a long container train with 4 of the latest GE units on the head end, with a DPU on the rear, climbing through the mountains. Or watch a 1980s BN unit coal train with 4 SD40s pulling out of the yard. Or see a beautiful 1950s super cheap passenger train leaving the station on its way west. I think most of us, me included, have seen a locomotive or some rolling stock that you really would like to have but didn't fit your scheme. The freelance approach Dan uses allows him to run a wide assortment of trains from steam to the latest diesels. We also see what I call mini layouts blended throughout the larger layout. They're designed to be operated separately but have access to the main line. This mountain mining line is an interesting series of trackage that serves a busy rock quarry and some invisible coal mines that create coal traffic, and allows an operator to do switching chores and travel through the area without interfering with the main line. The next mini operation involves a small rural town. Today, a special John Deere promotional train is coming through town. The town does have 2 rail customers and a short stub yard. The John Deere special is on its way to the county farm show. The last mini operation is the commuter line. The Ocello commuter train runs on its own separate route through the city and intersects across the main line routes. It can also join the main line and run the whole layout. Then we get a real surprise and catch the famous UP Big Boy rolling through town on its way to pick up some additional passenger cars for an up-and-coming excursion tour. The Big Boy is an amazing piece of steam locomotive engineering. It is the world's largest working steam locomotive. The engine number 4014 was built in 1941 by the American Local Company. It was one of 25 built for Union Pacific. Union Pacific had designed these engines specifically to pull heavy trains over the mountains west of Cheyenne and eliminate the need for double heading that had been required. The Big Boy could pull 5 miles of freight cars over flat ground. It weighed 600 tons and generated 7,000 horsepower. In principle, it was two 282s welded together on one frame. They were in service for 17 years, but were replaced by diesel power. In 2019, 4014 was selected out of 8 remaining locomotives, most of which were displayed in parks or museums. It had a complete ground-up restoration and is now the world-famous flagship of Union Pacific. It has been converted to an oil burner and has a range of 250 miles. It also has to pull 2 yellow tenders full of water to support that distance.
Well, we're here with Dad Homeshire. Herpelsheimer. I knew I'd screw it up. And I think you'll find this to be a pretty amazing layout. And I also want to have a chance to visit with Dan because I know some stuff. The one point that I'm going to have him talk about is the fact that he bought a building in Mulvane, Kansas to put his layout in. Is that true, Dan?
Yeah, this building's been purposed for my first business, which is selling stoves. And when I got to retirement age, I decided I would kick the stoves to the back room and put my trains here. Mulvane's an old historic railroad town, and the city fathers wanted some more touristy type businesses, so I thought I'd bring my personal layout down here. And it's been really successful. I'm trains only. I'm not RC cars or all the other stuffs that hobby shops have. So I'm kind of a one-of-a-kind shop.
Now, how big is this layout? It's a standalone layout. It's not against the walls or anything.
Right, it's standalone layout. It's basically 25 by 50. Or maybe probably 16 by 50. It's in various different stages.
and pretty much your creation.
Yes. It's not a club layout. I've been asked that before. It's all my work from, 1984. And of course, the layout back in 1984 didn't have scenery on it. It was plywood painted green, just like everybody starts out. And I learned how to do the scenery, build the rocks, ballast tracks. And I thought, gosh, everybody needs to see this. So I brought it downtown Mulvane here from the house and added on to it, of course. And when it gets in your blood, you just kind of keep going, keep dreaming.
Yeah, I think we all share that.
Yeah.
It also is HODCC.
The HO's DCC, and a few years back I finally went to radio controlled DCC. I use NCE equipment. It's really simple. There are other controllers out there, but I think NCE prompts you through everything and makes running the trains pretty simple.
Well, sure enough, the next time I was coming up here, we live in Oklahoma City, I dropped off and said, I'll go see if I can find it. Well, then I walked in there and about fell over.
Oh,
because I didn't know what I was going to see, but
Sure.
I didn't expect to find this. And then I found out you had a cute little boutique train store.
Yeah.
And you've got the right stuff.
Thanks. This is the second business I started from scratch. It's been a challenge. I started in 2019, opened the doors, and then in 2020 I had to shutter them because COVID. And but I actually have inventory on the walls, and I'm looking like a hobby shop.
Yes, indeed. Now, here's the more interesting thing. Most people would not know this, but you are actually an authorized Lionel repair station.
Yes.
And you also do, brought two projects up to you over the years since I met you.
Yes.
But you'll do N-scale, HO, big stuff.
Yeah.
You're not afraid.
No, all the way from N scale to G. And I have little test tracks that I run the DC stuff on. And I have a program track for my DC, and it's kind of nice to have all the gamut. I tell everybody this story. When I put fireplaces and stoves in, I made $150 an hour. But because the hobby is dying, how's $10 an hour sound to you? So I repair your old locomotive, maybe your uncle gave you in a box, $10 an hour, can't kill you, keeps it running, and I'm happy.
Well, Dan, it's a great layout, and I appreciate you letting us come in and take a look at it.
You bet.
And we'll show people what it's all about.
Okay.
Thank you.
Google Maps has me listed as Sundown Train Shop.
Sundown Train Shop.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.